13 small colonies against the most powerful empire on Earth. It sounded impossible. On one side stood Great Britain, the ruler of the seas, a global empire with the world's strongest navy, professional soldiers, unlimited resources, and power that stretched across continents. And on the other side, just 13 colonies, no massive army, no advanced weapons, no real chance of victory, only anger, and a dangerous hunger for freedom. 1775. America did not exist yet. The colonies still belonged to Britain. But tensions were rising fast. Britain kept forcing new taxes onto the colonies. Taxes on tea, taxes on paper, taxes on everyday goods, and the colonists were furious because they had no voice in the British government. To them, it felt like they were being controlled from thousands of miles away. Then one night, everything changed. Boston Harbor. Under the cover of darkness, a group of American rebels climbed aboard British ships, disguised as Native Americans, and they dumped hundreds of crates of British tea into the freezing ocean. The event became legendary. The Boston Tea Party. Britain was outraged, and soon after, a war began. British commanders were confident. They believed the rebellion would be crushed within weeks. After all, they were facing farmers, blacksmiths, shopkeepers, ordinary people. But Britain made one fatal mistake. They underestimated how far people would go for freedom. The colonies united, and leading them was a man named George Washington. Calm, disciplined, relentless. But the American army struggled badly. Many soldiers had little food. Some marched barefoot through the snow. During brutal winters, bloody footprints stained the frozen ground behind them. Still, they refused to surrender. Battle after battle, they kept fighting. And slowly, the war began to change. The British Army was powerful, but America was unpredictable. Colonial fighters used force to launch surprise attacks. They disappeared into the wilderness, then struck without warning. The British were fighting on unfamiliar land, thousands of miles away from home, and the war was becoming expensive. Then came the turning point. France, Britain's old enemy, joined the war on America's side. Suddenly, the balance of power shifted. 1781, Yorktown. American and French forces surrounded the British army. Cannons thundered across the battlefield. Smoke covered the sky, and for the first time, the British realized they might actually lose. Trapped and outnumbered, British General Cornwallis finally surrendered. The world was shocked. 13 small colonies had defeated the strongest empire on Earth, and from that impossible victory, a new nation was born, the United States of America, a country that would one day become one of the most powerful nations in history. But it all began with a rebellion the world thought could never succeed.